11. 11 games is all it took for me to realize that this team we have right here is a totally different beast than last season. Not just in terms of the new guys, but the vets are playing different roles. Now, don't get me wrong, that core DNA is still right there. That defensive-minded, play-hard mentality is still with us. There's no better proof of that than the guy we drafted with our 4th pick. Enter Scottie Barnes. A kid who can defend 1 through 4, even the 5 sometimes. A kid who is touted for his defense and point guard skills. A kid who is like no other player on our team. Now, all of this sounds great, but if a player can't translate that into NBA games, he won't add much of a difference to the team. Luckily for us, Barnes has shown he's NBA ready, plus more. Offense was his biggest issue coming into the NBA, but he's averaging 16.6 points per game. Do you know who he's averaging higher than? Barnes is 51st in the NBA at this time, a higher position to guys like Melo, Andrew Wiggins, Rudy Gobert, and Tim Hardaway Jr. Now his assist numbers are not too high, but we didn't really expect him to fill in Lowry's position. That job was for Mr. Undrafted, Fred VanVleet. With an average of 7.2 assists per game, he is 0.1 away from Lowry's number last season. Last season, Fred was averaging 6.3, and currently he is 9th in the league for assists. Last season comparisons don't stop here. Fred has a 43.3 field goal percentage compared to Lowry's 43.6%. Fred has a 37 3-point percentage compared to Lowry's 39%. Fred has a 48.5 2-point percentage compared to Lowry's 48.7%. Fred has literally filled in Lowry's shoes. Now, Fred has been quite vocal about working on his mid-range game, and we've already seen that he's taking a lot more of these shots. At 48.5%, teams will have to defend that shot, which creates opportunities for others. And those others include the one and only OG Anunoby. Now, OG's offensive stats compared to last season have gone down, but that is due to his role changing. Especially with Siakam out, OG had the burden to carry that weight more than any other player. Even with Siakam healthy, OG's trajectory has propelled him into a role where he is a guy we go to for points. Obviously, with an emphasis to score more, you'll need to shoot more, and when you shoot more, you miss more. You can clearly see that his percentages have all gone down, but the attempts have all gone up. Of course, with the exception of free throw attempts, which I believe OG explains quite well.
Yeah, I don't get any calls. I don't know. Hopefully that changes. So I'm driving, getting hit, but the refs aren't calling it, so hopefully that changes.
To help OG while he takes care of the offensive load, a particular player stepped up defensively, a guy who he brought in for his offense, Gary Trent Jr. The leap he took in terms of steals, deflections, and a general defensive intensity was out of the blue. It seems like it was a culmination of things like team chemistry, learning defensive schemes, and his own pride in not being the defensive weak link on the team. Just looking at these stats show the contribution and threat of another good defender on our team. With great defensive starters like Fred, OG, Siakam, and Scotty, Gary adds even more defensive stability compared to last season. He's added a dimension to his game that opposition teams must respect and reevaluate against. With all of these differences, the return of Siakam is a welcomed one. The heavy burden of being that guy is a lot less now with new guys on the team and the team evolving. Our leading scorer and rebounder from last season is back. It's very early on in the season, but many things have changed, and we'll just have to see if we can keep staying above 500 throughout the season. Thanks for watching.